Have you heard of like the coconut and the peach theory?
No.
The coconut is like really, as you know, very, very hard on the outside. Where there's like the peach, we're like all fuzzy and soft on the outside.
Let me take the conversation and think about all these differences in managing people, dealing with people. Chinese businesses, I think over the last 20 years, things
Yeah.
have evolved a lot. I mean, the traditional way of doing business is a lot of trust-based, like all East Asian
Yeah.
cultures. But now with all this competition, I was involved in the discussion, but between the board of a European company as well as the co-founders of a very large Chinese tech company. So as we sat down, the conversation went this way. The co-founder of the Chinese company was saying that, oh, remember co-founder and board level? So I should have prepared a company introduction, but since you know what we do, we know what you do, let's get to the business.
Said it with a smile. Somebody gave me some good advice once that like there's two types of cultures. Like
Yeah.
again, there's obviously ones in the
Yeah.
middle. Have you heard of like the coconut and the peach theory?
No. What is this?
So there's two types of cultures. There's the coconut and there's the peach. The coconut is like really, as you know, very, very hard on the outside, but
Yeah.
super, super soft on the
Okay.
inside, right? That would be more like maybe like Chinese, right?
Yeah.
Like it takes a long, long time to get in, develop a relationship, but once you have the trust,
Yeah, that's it.
it's like for life.
Like the Japanese would do, but
Or let's say more East, maybe not Chinese. Like,
Yeah.
but like in contrast, the peach would be like the Americans, which is like the small talk.
Yeah.
Maybe the Germans are good coconut. Maybe that's it, right? I don't know. Yeah, maybe the Germans is a better example than the Chinese, right? But like, there's cultures that really like it takes a long time to get in, but once you're in,
That's more
yeah.
they really like you're like family. They'll treat you, they'll trust you no matter what, right?
So
Or there's like the peach, which is like the Americans. We're like all fuzzy and soft on the outside, and like you go to a restaurant, they all want to pretend like they're your best friend,
Yeah.
but like hit of a peach is very, very hard.
Mm.
So like that's all surface level. And so it's so hard to actually be in forever with an American because it's a bit
Yeah.
softer and kind of
Right.
transient. Going to the US and like trying to bring on like third party vendors for different things. And like I would get on the call with like the head of sales of a company, let's say our insurance broker, right?
Yeah.
And they try to spend the first like 10 minutes talking to me about American football. And I'm like,
Interesting.
they're like, oh, I saw that you went to Iowa. And I was like, yeah, that's 20 years ago. Like, I got 20 minutes. I want this. I want this. I want this. Like, that was more the Asian part of me of like, let's get to the point. Like, I don't need these pleasantries. I don't need, like, you don't need to be my best friend. I need you to, here's what I'm willing to spend. Here's what I need.
Yeah.
Can we do it?
The American small talk, which is very,
Yeah,
which
it's
is very
so,
common.
so annoying, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I think once you get past that small talk, then it
Yeah,
is
then-
much more direct. Americans are like known for selling,
Yeah.
right? So maybe like, even though I was being honest, they really felt I was selling. But then like when my follow through of like I show up at the office at 7
Yeah.
and I leave at 10
Yeah.
because like I know what it takes to build it from zero. We have no brand, we have no nothing, we have limited resources. Even though the company's raised a lot, we still like pretend like we have nothing.
Yeah.
And we got nothing actually until we proved ourselves. And I think that was a lot for a lot of the employees to digest that like, wow, it can really be that way. And then I would keep pushing
Yeah.
and pushing and
Yeah.
pushing.
Yeah.
But I think there's the macro again, COVID at that time. Like there's a
Yeah.
lot of social things in the
And
US
that changed probably.
that changed a
Yeah.
lot. Like, and I hadn't lived there in 10 years too. So I'd obviously gravitated east in like how I do things.
Yeah.
And like I kind of felt in the middle. That was like mind blowing to me that
Yeah.
like I was too easy on people in
Yeah.
Asia and way too hard on them in the US. And I was like, well, I'm doing it the same, guy. Americans and like the Chinese, it's not a secret that like not best friends, right? Like at a like a media level, right? Like at the end of the day, we're all people, right? I was like, I don't know. It's like join a Chinese company, blah blah blah. And it's like, well, I'm American. I've been there since the beginning. And I was like, of course it's different, right? But what I can tell you is that it's not as important as these things.
Yeah.